It's Exceptional Cask Selection Mark 28 Convocation. This is the latest Exceptional Cask Selection release from Foursquare, and this is only the second time that Richard has released a 14-year ex-bourbon and ex-Madeira blend. There's a lot more to that than just that, but stay tuned. We'll get into that a little bit more here. This particular release is a blend of two different 14-year aged single blended rums. So essentially, we're looking at two different rums, one of which was aged 14 years entirely in ex-bourbon barrel. The other rum was aged 14 years entirely in Ex-Madeira Cask and then blended together. Richard of Foursquare has only done this one other time, and that has been with Redoutable, or Doubtable, depending upon how particular you want to be on the pronunciation. With Redoutable, that was actually named Supreme Champion Spirit at the International Spirits Challenge back when it was released. And man, I am so excited to get into Convocation. So, on Convocation, on the nose, what am I getting? Like almost all of these Foursquare releases, there's always like this kind of bright acetone note. Lots of cherry, lots of almond, really good rich fruits, berry notes, chocolate notes, toffee notes. The toffee is really pronouncing as this blows off a little bit. There's good citrus element. I'd say caramelized orange peel, caramelized grapefruit. That caramel element is just really layered in there. As it opens up a bit more, the acetone peaks up, but it evolves into, I'd almost say, rose petal. There's a very kind of floral aspect to it. Rose petal orchids, almost like some of your tropical florals. On the nose, yeah, I mean, it's just really beautiful. There's lots of like delicate notes. That salted caramel thing is still very much there. I almost want to say toasted cashews. There's a nice kind of nutty element to it. Especially as a 14-year, I would assume that there'd be a lot of dark elements on the nose, but it's just so much brightness, again, like citrus and fruits and berries, and then these tropical florals. All right, so on the palate, on the palate, it's really unctuous. There's good layers. I'd say things like leather, tobacco, good spice note to it, but it's a very subdued spice, not heavily spiced. Very much like you've got clove, you've got a little bit of allspice, you've got your nice kind of cinnamons, your baking spice elements, but good tannic layers. There's a nice nutty characteristic to it. Good oxidative fruits, so things like figs or raisins, chocolate-covered figs, like there's a nice kind of cocoa element, very kind of filling there as well. It is extremely round, very well layered. This is a very full palate experience. Like I was saying earlier, very rich, very intense, but with this very beautiful kind of bright note that just punctuates right at the tip of the palate. The character of this is beautiful. This is, honestly, what is the proof on this? This is bottled at 62% ABV, 120 pour proof. It does not drink like that at all. This is extremely easy drinking considering the proof. Clearly there's like good ethanol characteristic there. You can tell that it's a higher proof spirit is how it evaporates on the palate, but that proof is not there. It is deceptively smooth. I hesitate to use the term smooth when talking about spirits. Not terribly surprised that it's that big in character. It is 14 years tropically aged, so all maturation happening in Barbados at the Foursquare Rum Distillery. So under a tropical climate for all 14 years. So really high evaporation rates. So really good concentration of flavors. I think the most surprising element though is that brightness. I get the figgy notes, the dates, the raisins, the rich kind of characteristics, the chocolate notes, the nutty notes. I'm not surprised by that at all because that's very much, I think that's where the Madeira leaves its stamp, and I am absolutely a Madeira fanatic, right? If I see a Madeira finish or a maturation in Madeira for a period of time, like the fact that this was 14 years in Ex-Madeira, super exciting to me. As it stands for Madeira alone, like I'm also just, again, like I love Madeiras. Like a really good Cercial or Boal or Malmsey Madeira. Oh man, Rare Wine Company has an amazing line where it's like you can just experience all of the dynamics of the category of Madeira. The beautiful punctuated notes of the Madeira here are the things that I'd expect, like the figs, the chocolate, the leather, the nutty notes. The really surprising aspects, though, are all of these bright fruit notes, because even on the palate, that's still very much there. There's these bright citrus notes. On the nose, I got those like tropical florals, and that's all really well balanced. Like the final palate at 62%, it doesn't drink anywhere near as hot as it is, right? It's 124 proof. duh, there's going to be some ethanol to it. It's going to be proofy, but it is nowhere near as intense as I had expected. So as it sat a little bit longer on the palate and dried out a bit, I'm getting all of these beautiful, like fresh kind of leather tones. And really, it's like this oxidative, leathery characteristic to it. Like really good, fresh leather wallet, or honestly, like a new baseball glove. It's got a little bit of a very, very pliable leather kind of aroma to it, which is gorgeous. Exceptional cask selection, Mark 28 Convocation, the latest release from the Foursquare Rum Distillery, starting to hit shelves in the United States now. And as a Madeira fanatic, I am over the moon with this one. Cheers.